What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to Last Week in the Film Room. This is your weekly series where you jump into my world for a little bit, and what does that mean? It means we're getting into a lot of film today. We've got a bunch of numbers, we got a bunch of people we want to deep dive into all around the NBA in a bunch of different facets, meaning we want to take a look at some of the top performers of the week, some sleeper players that maybe you don't know were hooping. We got some people who maybe had some off nights this week. We got a rookie report and a final just general standings, league thoughts, kind of overview at the very end of the video. As you can see, we got a lot of different things to break down, but before we get into that, make sure that you guys, oh my gosh, I don't even have the channel pulled up. Wait. I messed up the intro. Oh no. Well, like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. You guys know the bullshit that I ask of you. Just go watch the videos. All right, let's get into the video. Wow, AVC, what a harsh way to start the video. I know. You know what? It's Monday morning. I'm recording this. Everybody just calm down. I'm trying to get my shit together too. But anyway, welcome back to Last Week in the Film Room. If you're new to the series or just new to the channel in general, this is our little spreadsheet that I've created to kind of help articulate and visualize everything that's going on in the videos that I make. This one's a lot of fun just because it gives us a look at a bunch of different things. But like I said in the intro, we're going to start off with just going over like top performers of the week around the NBA. We'll key in on 3 specific players that we want to break down some film for. I've even taken some requests this week that I would typically do, but you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it anyway. Then we'll go through top performers of the year to kind of compare those things. We'll go through some sleepers, people had off nights, the rookie report standings, updates, all of that kind of stuff. But let's get right into this. So if we're just taking a look at like points this week and like who was really getting buckets, what are the things that we're noticing just in general, right? Like Tyrese Maxey's up there. He's going to have weeks like that. I mean, if we want to just pull up Mr. Maxey, like I saw him hit just like some stupid shots this last week. By the way, these are the week stats. These are the year stats right there. Just an incredible week, 36 points per game, almost 8 assists, like 40% from 350. It's just stupid efficiency, right? Tyrese Maxey, absolutely balling, having an incredible basketball season. Really glad to see him kind of have his legs under him this season. Nikola Jokic, as per usual, we could probably just have him up here and watch film on him every single week. It's just nuts what he's accomplishing at this point. Just a quick little update here on we use the analytics on dunks and threes for their EPM stats pretty often on this channel because it's kind of a nice all-encompassing stat. No stat is ever perfect or whatever, but we finally have some EPM numbers because we've got about like 18-ish, 16-ish games for a lot of teams under our belts now, so we can actually start to calculate some things. Just take a look at this. Look at Shai up here. So this is all players' EPMs. EPM, if you don't know, just kind of this all-encompassing basketball stat. It's like kind of giving an overall to someone in 2K. Look at where Shai and Jokic are this year, just compared to everyone else. That's how it was last year too, but it's just nuts. Then you have Giannis right here, Luka, Steph, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey's there. And you know we have to. I haven't looked down here yet. We need to see who's at the bottom. Last year was Cody Williams and like Isaiah Collier, like towards the bottom last year. Who could potentially be down there? Who could potentially be statistically like the worst player in the NBA right now? And I shouldn't even give this much emphasis to it. So let's kind of make our way down so that we got a Rob Dillingham, a Jordan Hawkins, Nigel Hayes Davis. There's Cody Williams. He's not at the bottom this year. Shout out Cody. Trey Mann, Tyus Jones. Ooh, there you go, Magic fans. Jarris Walker. Who else? Who's all the way down here? Oh, Bub Carrington. Yeah, that's probably fair. Oh, man, that sucks. But it's early. It's very, very early, right? I encourage everybody, because we're still not even 20 games into this season for most people. Most analytics tell us you got to wait about 20 games before we can really start to have some hard opinions on people. So let's give it one more week, and then we'll start to be able to have some deeper thoughts about things. We'll start evaluating a little more harshly. But Jokic, just absolutely crazy right now. Talking about James Harden, Donovan Mitchell. Shai is the first guy that we're going to do a deep dive into, and I'll jump into that in a little bit. I've just had a lot of requests because Shai is putting up crazy numbers in only like 3/4 of play because the Thunder are just unstoppable. So yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. I feel like Jaylen Brown has kind of been quietly killing it. I know the 3-point shot isn't falling, but like he is doing everything he can to hold the Celtics up right now, and I've been extremely impressed with what I've been seeing from him this week. So shout out to him. Lauri Markkanen up there, Michael Porter Jr., a name that we're just seeing up there every single week. Keontae George, we might just have to do a video on Keontae George this week. In terms of the NBA progress report, I feel like we got to do a Keontae George deep dive into things. Just taking a look at his numbers, because again, that's maybe not a name you guys are used to seeing on here. It hasn't been like the most efficient this year, right? But like 23 points, 7 assists, like that's typical for Keontae George. Where it gets really interesting, right, is when you start to look into the defense of him historically. So right now we are still a first percentile defensively. He is still one of the worst defensive players in the NBA, but the offense continues to go up. So there you go. That's the Keontae George experience. Ryan Rollins finding his way into the leaderboards this week. This kid continues to keep impressing me, man. He's been fun to watch. We did a little bit of a deep dive on him maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 week ago. I don't quite remember, but might have to do a video on him at some point as well. De'Aaron Fox we're going to jump into as well. Con Knipple, the rookie that just keeps on keeping on, like King Khan. 26 points per game right here, and we'll dive into it more in tomorrow's video of the rookie report, but holy shit, 26.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3 assists. This team's not even very good, and like he's just out here doing it, getting a steal, just absurd shooting percentages. Now mind you, they're still not guarding Khan like all that closely, but still, man, he's hitting the shots. So there you go. Pascal Siakam trying everything he can to try to make the Pacers not ass. Jamal Murray. I wanted to do him this week, but I already picked 2 other point guards I was diving into, and I wanted some diversity. We're going to do a second Jalen Duren deep dive because he just continues to evolve his game. So we'll take a look at him in a second. Jalen Johnson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker doing everything they can to keep the Hawks afloat. Şengün, who's just been awesome this year, and Anthony Edwards. So pretty typical stuff here. If we're taking a look at the assist leaders, you see some names you expect to see towards the top here in Josh Giddey, Nikola Jokic, but look at Vince Williams Jr. right here for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant being injured a little bit this week. He's been getting in and just dishing that ball out. We see Ryan Rollins in there again, and then also Jalen Johnson. If I pull Jalen Johnson up on here, it feels like he has a triple-double every game right now. Like, where's he at rebounding-wise? Yeah, he's pretty close to getting into the, like, rebounding leaders as well, which is pretty crazy. This dude is filling the stat sheet right now. You guys forget, he was, like, the top high school prospect at the time, and his short season at Duke kind of dropped his draft stock a little bit, but it's cool to see him kind of actualizing all that potential right now. Rebounding leaders, people you maybe expect to see in Andre Drummond, Ware sometimes has these little bursts here. Zubac and Jokic are typical. Donovan Clingan actually had like a pretty solid week of basketball. Like they were finally kind of putting him out there for more minutes, and he felt a lot more involved in the offense for Portland. They had like one game, I want to say it was last night against the Thunder, which, like, look, it's the Thunder. The Thunder just kind of beat the piss out of people. Sometimes Portland was one of the few teams that has beaten the Thunder this year. Actually, are they the only team? Yeah, they're the only team that have beat the Thunder at one point this year. But they looked a little bit silly in that one, but they were also missing some guys. So I don't know, but Donovan Clingan, kind of on an upswing right now. Definitely a guy to pay attention to. Actually not hitting like a bad amount of threes either. Steals per game, we expect Ryan Dunn, maybe Trey Murphy in there. Ant, it happens to sometimes Jimmy Butler and Cason Wallace you expect to kind of see up there. Our blocks leaders, Jay Huff has been getting more minutes recently. He kind of seems to be standing out amongst the Pacers, kind of not so great rotation of big men, so something to watch there. Again, Donovan Clingan falling into there. Shout out Modest Buzelis, who we're going to watch some film on later in this video. And then our field goal percentage leaders. Mind you, for all the stats you see here, you had to play in at least 2 games this week, and to make it on our field goal percentage leaders, you have to take at least 5 shots in the game. For our 3-point percentage leaders, you need to take at least 3 threes. So right here we got Jakob Poeltl, Jalen Duren, again, just kind of crazy. Mark Williams, DeAndre Ayton. Considering the way that like Ayton plays, it's pretty incredible that he's up there. And then a non-big man in Jalen Tyson. I've had a lot of people request that I do a breakdown on Jalen Tyson as well, and I feel like we're going to have to try to get to it at some point, but Jalen Tyson having a very solid season for them. It'll be interesting to see what his role becomes when Mr. Max Strus comes back for Cleveland. So shout out Jalen Tyson, man. And obviously he gets to be the benefactor of playing with like 4 other all-star level players and then another 20-point-a-game scorer in like DeAndre Hunter, right? So he's just going to get a lot of open looks, but credit to him for taking advantage. Our three-point shooting leaders, Bobby Portis, looks like he made 2/3 of his attempts, but he had to have taken at least 3 a game. So how many games did he play this week? He played in 3 games, so he was just shooting the shit out of the basketball. Shout out Bobby Portis. The Bucks, not looking as good, though. Shai is up there already, which is nuts. Peyton Watson, a guy we're going to dive into later in this video. Incredible week of basketball for him. Cam Johnson also heating up for the Nuggets. And then Reed Shepherd, another guy that we're just kind of coincidentally taking a look at this week. Reed Shepherd has just been shooting the piss out of the basketball the past couple weeks. And so we got to take a look at it. We absolutely do. But as I said, let's take a look at some of the top people from this last week. The first one we're going to dive into is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, typically I don't dive into guys like Shai too often because I'm like, look, you guys get it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is like really, really good, right? I mean, just look at this. He is the 100th percentile, like 99th percentile offensively, 95th defensively, right? Like Shai's awesome. We can take a look at the shooting charts. It's just like, it's incredible what he's able to do out there. Like he's getting, like, normally you'd take a look at this shot chart and be like, oh, it's just everywhere. But this dude's just spot hunting, right? He's like, all right, I want this spot. I want this spot. I want this spot. I want this spot. He's just getting to where he needs to be, and he can hit jumpers from everywhere. But again, I had a lot of people reach out saying like, AVC, we got to talk about this. And I don't disagree. Like he's scoring like over 30 points a game in like such a little amount of time, just consistently and easily. Like, I hate to call it easy, but like, holy shit, what he's doing out there. I mean, in this game right here, 35 minutes, 33 points, really efficient all around, is pretty incredible. So I feel like we just gotta, we gotta give it some props, right? I agree with you guys. I say we dive into it and kind of see what's going on here. Now, as per usual, when we dive into this film, these videos always get demonetized because YouTube sides with big business. It's just how it is. This is just my little plea to YouTube. YouTube, I am not trying to steal the rights to these videos or anything like that. I am making educational content, taking my expertise as someone within the basketball world and giving my own commentary and spin and deep dive onto it, thus making it transformative content, and it should be protected under fair use. So please don't demonetize my video. They're gonna do it anyway, those slimy fucks. Anyway, let's start talking about Shai and just, as the kids say, glaze him a little bit. So right off the bat, what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here? Just some early action. We're only about 5 seconds into the shot right here, so we're getting a switch. It's probably just worth switching everything on the Thunder at this point, just because if you give Shai any advantage, it's just going down. He's just going to get to his spot. They're doing everything they can to not foul him right there. That's Precious Achiuwa, I believe. He's doing everything he can to get a hand in the face, while also he's trying to be like, ooh, don't step on his foot and draw a foul. But Shai, I'm comfortable with him taking that shot. A lot of people will tell you nowadays, because they're, I don't know, like smooth-brained or something like that, they'll be like, oh, ABC, the analytical shots are the threes and the layups. Well, actually, that's not how math works, because if you can make a certain amount of like mid-range shots or whatever, it's fine, right? You just have to make a certain amount of them, and you just don't want someone that isn't really good at them taking them all the time. For Shai, just keep shot hunting, man. It opens up everybody else. We got a great screen set there. We're attacking Drew Eubanks because he can't really do anything to stop us. Totally fair. These Thunder uniforms are kind of sick, by the way. I fuck with these. I fuck with these hard. By the way, Kings, when are you gonna start blowing things up? I know we're not even 20 games in yet, but can we just start? Like, I know Sabonis is hurt, but can we just move him now? Like, I just kind of want to be done with it. I kind of want to be done with it. Here we go. Zach LaVine trying everything he can right there, and actually pretty damn good defense all around here. Just chesting him up, not jumping at it. I just don't think you jump at him. I just don't think you do. I think that's the best way to do it. Here we go. What do we got right here? What do we got right here? We're going around. Isaiah Hartenstein just setting a mean-ass screen on Westbrook right here. So who's involved in this? We've got a Maxime Reynaud, who's a rookie right here. We've also got Chet kind of setting like a screen right here as well, which is interesting. Who's guarding Chet? Is that Neek Clifford? That is Neek Clifford. So we got 2 rookies involved in this action right here. Russ is trying to get over the top. I don't necessarily love how he guarded this. He kind of just went right into him. It looks like they're saying, hey, fuck it, go take that three-pointer right here. And because we know how that went for everybody this week with Shai shooting three-pointers, well, this probably isn't going to go well for Sacramento. But let's see. Take that jumper. Bang. Do we want to break down his shooting form? We typically do in these videos, because my background in like professional player development and stuff, well, my specialty was always shooting, so we like to break it down. Right off the bat, balance is pretty nuts. It looks like he's just sitting in a chair right now. His feet 45 degrees opposite of the shooting hand. That's perfect. We watch him come together. He jumps together. He's straight up and down. Yeah, that's pretty pure. That's a pretty pure jump shot, which, again, I think you understood. All right, we're just ISOing, we're ISOing. Zach LaVine, again, trying so hard not to foul him. Actually, Zach LaVine doing a pretty good job in this instance. Look, he jumps, but kind of like gets away from him as well. Like, that's pretty damn good, all said and done. All right, looks like he's going to get another shot attempt here, but this time he's got a rookie on him. Nick Clifford trying, and he put his hand in the cookie jar. Well, I get it. Like, I get it. You want to swipe at that ball and everything. Like, see how he's swiping at it or whatever. But as soon as he sees the hand go again, he's just going to throw it right into it. And now this is the question of, like, EVC is such a foul merchant. I hate watching this. It's a foul. Like, he draws the foul on you. Don't foul him. Like, that's my best. I know it's not easy to not foul him. I know that. But, like, I think it's dumb that you're hating on someone for playing smart, right? Is it the most entertaining basketball in the world to watch? No, not necessarily for me either. But, like, don't fucking foul him, man. Like, it's that plain. It's that simple. He's drawing the fouls. Like, he's just being smarter. And he hit the shot anyway, so, like, yeah. Oh, man, here we go. Now we got Keon on him. We've already seen how many different people guard this dude just in the first quarter. Here we go. We got quite the size mismatch, so he's just going to go right at him, fade away, just hand right in his face. That is perfect defense by Keon right here. Look at this. Like, hand right in his face, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know how deep we're going to get in this film. I really don't, but it just seems like Oh, geez. What all happened down here? Okay, we're throwing that up. He's trying to draw a foul. Westbrook just throws Chet Holmgren. Oh, they call a foul. Was it actually a foul? Let me see. Yeah, that's a bit of a foul, Mr. Westbrook. That's a bit of a foul. But I appreciate the tenacity that he plays with. Here we go. Early screen. It was a ghost. What does a ghost screen mean? It means you don't actually set the screen. Chet did roll the wrong way. As we always say in these videos, please, if you're going to set a screen, open up towards the basketball, which means his right leg over here should come over the top so you can see it the whole time, because look at all that time that, like, he couldn't have seen the basketball right here. Now, right off the bat, Westbrook's lurking, which is really, really cool to see, because they have to somewhat try to help Schroeder here on Shai, right? But you got a lob threat and Chet coming to the rim, right? So a decision has to be made. Somebody has to not be guarded anymore. So what Westbrook's doing is he's trying to get low right here. This is a veteran savvy move. I try to do this all the time, honestly, if I'm playing like pickup and shit nowadays, is like, if they're going to throw this lob over the top, he's going to try to break this shit up. And instead he just takes it in all the way, because what happened exactly? He just spun, got in, just hit a crazy shot. There you go. What do you want me to say about Shai, man? He's just better. Now we got DeRozan on him. Oh, pump fake. Ooh. There's just nothing to do. There's nothing to do. And, like, how does he do this? It's just incredible footwork, incredible balance, great fundamentals. AJ Mitchell getting a shot up. Get out here. We're taking a three. No, we're not. We're going to rip through, go all the way. Hey, okay. Okay, Shai. Okay, Shai. Here we go. Ooh, just the pull-up three. Now, what kind of happened on this shot? This feels like one that we can dive into a little bit. The form looks pretty good, but he can... I don't think he actually fucked up his form. I think he knew he just didn't put enough on it right away, and that's kind of why he flailed out. He was like, shit. Like, damn it. And sometimes you just know. Sometimes you know. So right off the bat, we're just reading. He's playing the game of chess right now that is basketball, right? So we're going. What he's looking to attack right here is he's looking for the defender to kind of establish like a high foot, if you would. So right off the bat, we're going. He sees this right foot is higher, and so that's the one you want to attack because they have to turn more to stop it. Keon does a really good job of recovering. He just gets chested. Ooh, he's just... I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just great patience. Like, I'd send a double team at this point. Russell Westbrook completely lost his man right here. Watch this. Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. So everybody's watching Shai. This is the power of Shai, right? Everybody's watching him. Caruso could cut right here. Dort does end up cutting right here because he sees the back of his defender's head, so he could have easily just gotten the ball right here. Westbrook, if you're not going to watch your dude, at least just go double team, right? But, hey, here's what it is, man. He's just different. He's different. What are we doing? Look at the efficiency by these ball boys. So here's the thing, right? I made a comment in Monday's video about the Thunder, about how, like, if you guys have ever played Monopoly and one person just starts crushing everyone in Monopoly. Like, they got all the hotels and everything. They got all the money, right? It's like typical capitalism, right? The Thunder have achieved that, and I kind of just don't want to play anymore because already they've got like 2 of the top 10 picks in this next year's draft. They're this good, this unstoppable. They don't even have their second best player playing in Jalen Williams. It's just crazy. But like, look at this organization. Even their mop guys are all over it. Oh my, look at the efficiency. The whole organization's just like goated. I don't know what to tell you. Shout out those mop boys. This is what you come to my channel for. He's short on that 3 right there. Do we want to deep dive into it? We can't really see it all that well. Sprite, get off my screen. You're not... You guys don't get free promotion like that. You don't just get free promotion. You got to talk to me about that shit. Ooh. All right, what do we got here? What are we trying to do? And the Thunder aren't running anything too complex on their... Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. What all happened right here? I'm actually surprised Hartenstein made that pass, but fair enough. Just kind of tricked that one. And he's going to get the ball back. Whatever. Here we go. All right, so here's an actual set. They don't like go into these too much. A lot of their offense is very free-flowing. So here we go. This is initial horns action right here, which horns just means you get 2 guys like up here. And so they're going to start with a little entry right here, and then we're going to get into kind of a staggered screen, and we get into a little bit of Spain where he's going to roll. This guy is wide open. Westbrook is even saying, like, Schroeder, go guard him. He probably could have thrown that bitch up to go get it, but, you know, he also has a big man on him. You caused a switch. Let's see this one more time. So they switch. Reynaud's now on him. This is 7-footer. He's like, fuck it. I got this shit. I'm going right by you. I'm dragging through, throwing it up and in. Great stuff. I don't need to break down too much more of this. Let's just see like one more. Here we go. He's just getting to his spot. He's so patient with it. Like, I know he missed this shot, and like, look, you're gonna miss fucking basketball shots, right? We understand how well he shot from the field this week. He shot 60% from the field. But it's just like, it's the pace and the control that is so awesome. And like all this like leaning that he's kind of doing on people, it's not illegal, right? Because he's still pretty much upright for it. So look, he's leaning, he's using his body, he's just staying really balanced, under control, and then just scoop right on by. Tricked that one actually though, so he must get really hot later in the game. Here we go. We're attacking. Okay, we're going by Drew Eubanks. Finish up and over. That finger roll is nuts. Fuck that shit. Look at this. Let me see this finger roll one more time. So we're going in, and he's all the way up there. He rolls it somehow to the left, which means he puts spin on it going right to get it in. That's enough of Shai. Normally we watch all of them. I don't want to. All right, the next person we're diving into is De'Aaron Fox, a guy that missed a large part of this season so far. It's pretty early into the season, but unfortunately he comes back, and Wemby and Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper are all gone already. So he's like, damn it, I never get to play with any of the other good players on the team. So De'Aaron Fox trying to do it himself, and he's getting off to a great start this season. This last week, 26.5 points, 6.5 assists, stupid efficient. He's had some pretty great efficiency so far this season. Really great to see. If we can dive into Fox just a little bit. How did De'Aaron Fox not come up here? Okay, that was weird. Maybe I just didn't see it. Taking a look at it early, just taking a look at like the location of his shots. Most of it's at the rim, which is what you expect with him and his speed. Yeah, that's most of what it is. Getting to some floaters, probably the occasional mid-range here when you have to create at the end of a shot clock, but taking quite a few threes to start this season. How does it compare to how many he's normally getting in terms of attempts? His 3-point attempts are pretty high to start this season. Oh no, that's not the right one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was the playoff season. That makes more sense. I'm like, I thought I recognized that number, but okay, so it's still pretty high for De'Aaron Fox right now. Interesting. Okay, cool. Let's get into De'Aaron Fox in this game against the Atlanta Hawks right here, in which he had, where is he? He had 26 points in this one, 9 assists. Do we want to dive into all the assists as well? Potentially. Could be kind of interesting to dive into some Spurs offense. Again, right off the bat, playing with not bad talent, but lesser talent than what the Spurs typically have, and trying to keep them afloat. He's just taking that 3 right off the bat. Should we dive into the shooting form? Let's do it. Off the dribble, that's some tough shit right here. I love just the hop into it right here. Take a look. Look at how balanced he is. He lands right on the 2 feet. I tried to hit pause right there. My bad. So notice how balanced he is. Feet 45 degrees to the opposite of his shooting arm. He's a lefty, so his feet should go to the right. He jumps together pretty well. He's got a little bit of a twist in that jumper, but that one falls. Very good shot by Fox. By the way, we love these San Antonio jerseys right here. That shot form looked pretty good right here. He jumps together. That's great. It's just in and out. I can live with in and out all day. I can live with it all day. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? We got Mogay on us. I don't love this shot attempt right off the bat, and its feet are a little bit off with it. Seems like a bit of a settle on that one. I feel like we could have maybe done a little bit more with that one. Are we getting 2 shot attempts on this? NBA, who's coding your shit? Who's coding it? All right, here we go. Cornette setting a pick and roll. He's just going to hang up there, too, as a spacer. Who do we got right there? We got Sohan right there, taking a 3. Interesting. That doesn't really look like Sohan shooting, too. I saw a little bit of the wrist roll there. That looks like Sohan. Oh, look what I found. Boop. Bang. Ooh, Kennard. Ooh, Kennard. He's pissed. He's pissed. All right, here we go, all the way, finish, strong hand. I've got a personal experience against De'Aaron Fox. Just gonna say wasn't pleasant. Just gonna say wasn't pleasant. Here we go. Here we go. He's going. Just step back into it. That's pure, man. That's nice. Like that looks a lot smoother than De'Aaron Fox typically looks getting behind the arc. So very nice. Very nice. And I know Spurs fans are kind of in this interesting part where they're like, wow, Castles look pretty good. And like you've seen a little bit of Dylan Harper and we're really excited about him, right? And you're like, man, maybe we didn't need Fox. Just hold on to Fox for the time being. Very good basketball player, right? Does he have his flaws? Sure, of course he does. But like, this is like a borderline all-star level player. Let your young guys develop. Have good players on the team around him right now. It'll be fine. Pushing through. I love this. Oh, just left it short right here. But young guards, this is a good way for you to split screens a little bit. Watch this as he's going. Notice how he pulls through, because the reason you kind of pull through with your arms like that is sometimes a lot of guys try to get low with like one of their arms to try to deflect from your crossover. And so what he's doing is he's trying to potentially draw a foul by doing that, but he gets close enough and he just leaves it short. Just leaves it short. Not a big deal. All right, right off the bat, we got another little horns set here. So we're going around on this one, and much like you saw with the Thunder, pretty typical action. One guy's going to roll to the rim. Champagny here is going to space out for 3. We're attacking. We're trying to draw a foul. And one. Tough week for Shai, by the way, at least shooting-wise. Just not the best week for him, but that's okay. Everybody has off weeks. I got one of the best defenders in the NBA on you in Dyson Daniels. This is not a guy to shake very easily, and he is not. I mean, that's great defense by Dyson right off the bat. I mean, you got to your spot the best that you could, maybe a little bit off balance when you got there. You could kind of see with his feet right here. And again, I want to mind you, like Fox still getting his legs under him for the season, right? Other people are probably in a little bit better shape than he is currently, but be curious to see. Great back door right here. Porzingis tries to get there. How didn't he see him sooner in Cornette? Turned around. I guess he just didn't see Fox running through there. Fair enough. Great play. Cool. Way to move without the basketball. Here we go. Fox here. We got Vit on us. This is one where I probably just say, let me probably rip through. Vit's probably like, okay, this guy can easily blow by me. So what I might try to do first, if I'm Fox, is I'm kind of doing like a fake rip, try to pull up, right? Because he might back off a ton. I might be able to get an easy 3-pointer up. And then as he tries to come back up to guard the 3, that's when I blow by him again. But nope, he's just going to pull right up and miss. Maybe you gotta listen to AVC. Oh, there wasn't much time left on the shot clock. I can kind of fuck with it then. I can kind of fuck with it. Here we go. Here we go. We're dancing. How does Mo Gay keep ending up in these situations? I don't know. Shout out to him, though. I've enjoyed watching him this season. We got to our spot. Very late jump. Just a little bit off. All these shots look good, man. He's getting to his spots. Getting to his spot there. Just a little bit off again. Trying to go get the ball. We move on. A lot of mid-range shots in this one. All right. The ball handling looks just like a step off right now as well. Like maybe just not quite got it grippy right now, which again, just kind of getting into the season, not the biggest deal. We're blowing by. That's a travel. That's a travel. Yeah, I'm with you. That's a travel. Come on, ref. Come on, ref. Do we want to watch it one more time? Do we want to watch the travel? Here we go. Boom, boom, and pulled up the pivot foot as well. That's a travel, ref. Harrison Barnes, he's been playing nice basketball recently. We're attacking Porzingis, just getting right by. Draw the foul, and 1. Yeah, good shit. Good shit. Let's see one more. Let's see one more. Let's see one more. Ooh, that's the De'Aaron Fox that's, fuck that. Like, fuck that. That's fast. Here we go. Like, I don't really think that's a travel necessarily either. Maybe. I don't know. I don't necessarily think so. Okay. That's the shot attempts for him. Do I want to watch the playmaking in this one? Not particularly at this moment. I think that's something we can dive into a little bit later in the season. The last guy we're going to get into in terms of like studs for this week is Jalen Duren. I am now officially leading the Jalen Duren is an all-star level center campaign. Again, we've talked about him quite a bit on the channel already, and it's funny, just when my first year on YouTube, I talked a lot about Jalen Duren, and I was like, hey man, like I love this kid as a talent. Like I really, really do. And this isn't ABC trying to say I'm right now. There's a point to this because Pistons fans used to comment on my shit all the time. Like I hate watching Jalen Duren. I don't want him on my team anymore. Like I like he's so frustrating to watch like defensively and like all this other stuff. And I had this kind of philosophy that I was trying to tell people. I'm like, hey, like it's hard for this young kid right now. They're losing every fucking basketball game right now. This guy was in a tough situation like in college with things too. Like he's just losing night after night after night. You got to start to win some games to start winning some games is what we used to say. That's how you start to elevate talent to the next level. You truly do have to start winning to kind of see that growth happen. So you had a winning season last year. They come in this next year a little bit fiery. They're winning a little bit more. They're putting him in a bigger focal point. Now you're seeing all that come together. So that's why you have to be patient and have context with these things, right? But on the season, 20 points per game, 11 and a half rebounds, getting you a block and a steal, 67% from the field. Absolutely insane. 8 for 12 on this one. And what's interesting is you're starting to see him like handle the rock a little bit now, and you're like, oh shit, we're starting to hit some middies as well. So let's dive into it. I don't need to bring up the shot chart or anything. What is the quality on this video? Hawks fans, what are y'all doing? Y'all can't wear these bum-ass jerseys and have shitty quality. This looks like it's supposed to be in 3D or something. What's going on? Do I need to put on some 3D glasses to be able to see this shit? I don't know. But yeah, let's break this down really quick. So much different film than we're going to see from the other guys, right? Beef Stew and Duren playing together. I love how he just goes for the basketball. And here's what I mean by this. I had a college coach always praise me because when I went up for rebounds, I'd always like smack the ball like really, really tight. Or even if I'm just going up to get a pass or something, it's because I think some people are too dainty with trying to catch the ball a lot of times. Go up and like get that shit, right? And my big man coach would always be like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. And he just loved that shit. So let's see it. Look at him go up and get the basketball, just go right up, power through. He's strong. Like, and I'll continue to say, AVC can be a very irrational person when it comes to getting in scraps. I got in too many scraps as a kid. Just is what it is. And I feel like I could fuck up a lot of people. I feel like I could fight a lot of people. There's a couple people in the NBA I will not fight. 2 of them are on the Pistons, and Beef Stew and Jalen Duren, because I know when I'm bested. I know when I'm bested. Jalen Duren will fuck me up. Here we go. Give me this basketball. He's just going, Jesus. Oh my Lord. Just, you can get off me. Like, I'm gonna go dunk this shit. Oh my God. Here we go. See, this is the scary shit right here. Now all of a sudden we're putting the ball in the court a little bit. Like, and I know he tricked this one, but look, he's just like, fuck a Kongwu, man. Like, I'm going right through you. I've felt you already twice this game, and I know you can't stop me. What could have been better on this layup right here? Like we often talk about with wings, you want to point your feet where you want to go. See how he's pointing his feet like out this way, and that's where he ended up, and now you're kind of falling away from it. Be strong, point your feet at the rim, you'll get where you want to go. Great stuff though. Here we go. Cade Cunningham just created, and oh, I love it. He's just sealing off Jalen Johnson right away. He's like, hey, I got this little hoe on me. It's time to dance. And we're just giving him the ball right off the bat. I'm just going up. What are you going to do to stop me? Shout out Cade Cunningham, just finding him that rock. Oh, no. See, this is the shit right here. This is the shit that we didn't see in the first couple weeks, and now we're seeing now where I'm like, oh no. Like, it looked good already, but he was mostly just living off of Cade Cunningham those first couple weeks, and like, look, he was doing it phenomenally. But like, now look at this. He's like, you know what, fuck it. Let me do it myself. In, out. I'm just going to the rim. See, that was the difference right there. Pointed the feet where we wanted to go, right? We got all the way to the rim and just went up and through. That's nuts. That's nuts. All right, here we go. See, we're going tween. You're on. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, see? Now, this is too much. And what's nice about this, right, is you got a Javonte Green who could be a shooter out there that you kind of got to watch. You definitely got to watch Duncan Robinson. Look how close they are to him. Dennis Jenkins, who've been hooping for the Pistons, right? They're trying to watch him right now. So what is Duren able to do? He's like, fuck it. I can go one-on-one right now, and I'm going to create. So we're starting off going left, chest him up, spinning around, get back to our strong hand, and notice how he doesn't fall away, right? Notice how he doesn't fall away. He keeps going into him, and now we're going straight up and down. A lot of guys kind of fall away from the shot, go straight up and down. They're not going to block you that way. He's different. Here we go. Here we go. All right, set a screen. We're rolling. We're going all the way. See, now he's able to just continue the play a little bit, which is going to be really interesting, right? Come, say, playoff time, because you know Cade Cunningham's the dude, right? You know Cade Cunningham's the dude. And come playoff time, what are teams going to do? They're going to start to ice him, hedge him, shit like that, right? They're not doing it right here because it's so high, right? And there's Dyson Daniels there. Dyson's one of the better, like, screen navigators in the NBA, so they like to think that he'll be okay kind of getting through this shit, right? But what's going to be interesting is when he starts to get trapped here and you need that short roller, you're going to hit Duren for it, and now all of a sudden this motherfucker's comfortable, like, with the basketball, and he's in an advantage situation. That's where I'm like, oh shit, that's a whole new wrinkle to their offense, because they didn't really have a guy like that before. So very curious to see where this goes, but nice little Euro. Jalen Johnson, pretty shitty defense, but I wouldn't want to run into that guy either. Here we go. Here we go. See, we're just attacking now. Like, look at this. Like, I can't, like, I know we're in the realm of Giannis's and shit like this now, but y'all know how hard it is for, like, a 6'11 dude to be doing shit like that? And he's just doing it strong, just being like, let me just use my big-ass shoulders to get in on you. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, we thought it was going to be able to be a lob right here. Luke Kennard wants no part of that bullshit. Oh, he got a little too far under the hoop right there. A little too far under the hoop. That sucks. That happens. That happens. All right, what do we got? Jenkins. Shout out Vit, by the way. Krechke. Dude been hooping right now, too. He been hooping right now, too. Jenkins, he trying to get in. Look what I found. I'm going up, in, easy. Easy. Also, let me just get this really quick. Notice what he does right here. I don't like that. I don't like that. Keep the ball high if you can. I know it's hard. You just got to rebound. Watch where he brings the ball. Watch where he brings the ball. He brings it down for just a second, like down right here. Just down right here. It's actually not as low as I thought it was, but big men, if you get the ball, try to keep it like at your chest right here, kind of elbows out. That way people can't like smack it out and shit like that. That's where the little guys are able to get it, but he just explodes straight up. Good stuff. Here we go. Duncan Robinson doing what I love most about Duncan Robinson. Got the ball back. Hey, we couldn't get it up and in. Damn. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is the same exact play because there was 2 shots. Okay. That's it for Jalen Duren in this one. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. All right, with all that being said, let's move on to our top performers of the year. Alrighty, so much like the last tab and the guys that we highlighted there, this is just kind of a quick overview. We tend to keep this one pretty short of just like, hey, those are the top performers of the week. How does it compare to the top performers of the year right now? Luka Doncic still at the top at 34.5 points per game. By the way, 8 games to qualify for this, so about half the season is what I'm saying you got to be able to play right now. And again, we have how many people? 6 people scoring 30-plus points per game in the NBA right now. Players are good. Players are good. Lauri Markkanen not far behind there. Shout out Curry. I feel like Jalen Brunson's hitting his stride in the season now. Maybe a bit of a slow start. He's really getting going. James Harden, while the efficiency hasn't necessarily been great from like 3 at points, right? Actually, it wasn't that bad this week. Just the field goal percentage a little bit low. I think that a lot of that was last night's game, or I think it was last night. He had kind of a rough one, but it is what it is, right? Austin Reeves, another Laker, finding himself in there. There's Cade Cunningham, Devin Booker. I really liked watching the Devin Booker film from last night, so I'd encourage you to. And this was Sunday at the time you guys are seeing this, so his film was really fun. Wemby's still up there. He might fall out at a certain point because of the games to qualify. Norm Powell continues to just be the model of consistency. He was kind of the big highlight from our video from last week because he's just doing this shit, man. He's just uber efficient, doesn't need to pass the ball or anything, just going to go get buckets out there for the Heat when they need it, which is awesome. Denny continues to put up high scoring outings. There's Michael Porter Jr. and Pascal Siakam again. Typical guys that you expect to see in the assists category, the rebounding. These are the 5 names that I always kind of expect to see up there, so no surprises there. Cason Wallace and Dyson Daniels are your steals leaders. There's Mikal Bridges, Luka Doncic, Dylan Brooks. I'll continue to say, as much fun as I'm having watching Dylan Brooks this year, motherfucker taking too many shots. Like, he's taking more shots than Booker more often than not in nights right now. And like, look, solid season overall. Someone else needs to score for this team, especially with Jalen Green being out, right, for almost all of this season. But I'd like to get the shot attempts down a little bit. Then you should probably ask me, AVC, who else should take the shots? I don't know. But, hey, he's out there doing his thing, man. He's out there doing his things. The block leaders, the guys you expect to see. Isaiah Stewart's always one of the block percentage leaders, so it's cool to see him get the minutes to kind of actualize that. And then the rookie, Big Culk, still in there. We support Kalkbrenner, who went down, unfortunately, with an injury this week. So our field goal percentage demigod is down right there. All kind of expected names in the field goal percentage leaderboard. 3-point percentage. Tari Eason is still there. He's hurt right now. Vit, again, a guy that's been having a really impressive season for the Hawks. Oh, I forget, it's like a weird eye, right? So it's not going to find it quite as easily. So there you go. I don't even have a picture for Vit in there. It's probably more so it's just the spelling. The VLOOKUP isn't seeing like the weird characters or whatever. Hopefully it's an X lookup. Oh, it's an index match. AVC, use an X lookup. To those that don't know Excel and Google Sheets, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but just don't worry about it, okay? Reed Shepherd, again, he's been shooting up this. Rui Hachimura continues to be up there, and then Derry Bird himself, AJ Green, finding himself in there. So, okay. Those are your year performers. Those are just kind of a quick look around the NBA, kind of seeing who's who in all of these different categories or whatever. We'll keep a monitor on this every single week. But again, let's move on to some more film and our top sleepers of the week. Alrighty, y'all, top sleepers of the week. Right here, we got Reed Shepherd, Noah Clowney, and Peyton Watson. Let's dive into these guys one at a time. Reed Shepherd, tough start to the season, right? But been on an upswing. The Rockets have been playing really, really well. We got 3 guys on the team that are attracting a ton of attention right now in Şengün, KD, and Amen Thompson. Like, those 3 kind of just play like with each other the whole game, and then everyone else just kind of has to be benefactors of that afterwards. It's just kind of those 3. Then get a bunch of offensive rebounds. But now, Reed Shepherd getting a ton of open looks because of that, and it's starting to work for him. So I figure, hey, let's dive into the film, man. This last week, 53% from 3 for the kid. We love to see it. Obviously, there's still going to be some concerns about like what position does this guy play going for. But hey, if you're just going to shoot like this from 3 every week and get us 18 schmackaroos a game, we're here for it, right? So in this game against the Nuggets right here, so a big game. They did lose this game, I believe. But 9 for 13, 5 for 8 from 3. Again, you're not seeing a ton of the playmaking or anything necessarily coming from him yet. He's still not quite like an on-ball guy. And the defense is a big question mark. AVC, do you see the steals that sometimes happen? Yes, I do. And we're going to talk about it, and I think it's worth diving into, but let's just talk about what we're seeing from him in terms of like offense first, because I think that's interesting to see. So this is where a lot of the offense kind of starts. There's an ambulance going by my house, but I don't want to stop my thought. A lot of the offense is going through Şengün right now. And if you want to say Şengün's the best player on their team right now, it's hard for me to disagree with you necessarily, as great as KD's been. But a lot of their offense, because they don't have a point guard, is going through Şengün, which I think is the appropriate thing to do right here. And right off the bat, this is a great attack by Reed Shepherd. Float it up and in. That's a really tough shot to make, actually. Like, I don't think you guys understand how difficult that shot is. I do want to highlight right here. I do want to highlight one thing. I hate this. I hate this little thing right here. Stop putting your feet behind you. He very well might have stepped out of bounds there. I'd stop putting your feet behind you to go forward. Just catch and rip through. Like, this is how you hurt your Achilles, and you could step out of bounds at times, and it's just wasted movement. Stop doing it. But he gets by. That little flip shot over there to the right, very difficult. He has a lot of vertical to him, so nice that he's able to get that up and over. Also not like an elite shot rim defender right there. So that helps with a little bit of the confidence. So here we go. Steven Adams getting over, and they're in drop coverage, so you're going to be able to get shots like this. So there we go. Do we want to talk about the shooting form a little bit? I feel like we should, because one concern that I always have with Reed Shepherd with his shooting form when I watch it is he's a smaller guy, right? It doesn't seem like he gets enough out of his legs sometimes, but we know he has strong legs. It feels like he really has to push the basketball sometimes to get it. And I know he's taking a lot of deep ones because he's sometimes struggling to get open out there, but let's just take a look right off the bat. Feet pretty balanced. We could maybe fix up the direction of the feet just a little bit, but it's not that bad. He does jump together. This looks perfect, right? That looks perfect right there. And just a little bit short. I can live with short, right? I can live with short, and that's not a short joke at Reed Shepherd. Here we go. Here we go. This is what we want to see. We want to see more on-ball stuff right here. And same thing, right? Same shit. Try it again, right? This is exactly what you want. You got one of the best screen setters in on you, so you should know there's no one really behind you. That one falls. That one falls. There we go. Good shit, Reed. Here we go. Same shit, right? They're just going to keep doing it. They're just going to keep doing it because they don't want other guys to kill them, right? And so he's going to take that one from deep. And this is kind of the ones that I'm saying where sometimes he's just a little too deep. Like, you can get closer. And he's a young player, right? He's a young guard. We expect shit like this, right? But you know it's drop coverage at this point. Like, and old-ass Valanciunas is not coming up to stop you. Get closer. Get closer and see how he, like, has to flail his legs back out. He's not strong enough to, like, really make make it that consistent. That one's off to the right a little bit because of it. So little things to improve on right here. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're trying to get by right here. And it's interesting that he decides to attack the closeout this time. I guess he's sick of shooting the three already. Like, I just keep doing the same shit if I were him. Like, that's what I would do right off the bat. This should be a back door right here because Cam Johnson can't see him. And he just goes right up. That's a tough finish, man. Again, not really a shot defender or a shot blocker right there, but, you know, is what it is. Şengün hustle. Go. Can I get a jam from Reed? Hey, good shit, little boy. I love it. Hey, get up for me. I love it, man. He's bouncy. He's a bouncy boy. Good shit. Get a mean-ass screen from Steven Adams. This helps when, again, we don't have an elite ball handler here, right? But when you can set mean-ass screens like this and get this kind of separation, this is awesome. Cam Johnson knows that he's got someone that could slip at any second in Amen Thompson right now, right? So that's someone you got to watch. Thank you for giving Aaron Holiday some fucking minutes, by the way. Rockets. Very happy to see that. Here we go. I love this. That's a great look right there. If that's a floater or that's a jump shot, that's great. Like, they didn't really come up to step up on you. None of your guys cut or anything. That's fine. I love that shot for you. Good shit, boy. Good shit. All right, we're attacking. That shot I don't love quite as much, especially because how much time? Oh, no, there wasn't much time left on the shot clock. We live it. Oh, KD. He's like, damn, bitch, what's going on? All right, see, this is what most of their action is right now. It's KD starting some shit. Şengün's here. Amen Thompson kind of cutting without the basketball or something right here, right? Right off the bat, I'd be nervous with Amen cutting through right here. Oh, see if he would have waited one more second. It's an easy lob, but we pass the ball here. They're running Jabari Smith off the line. We're getting an easy three-pointer. Bang. Good shit. Fred VanVleet dapping the boy up. Good shit. Here we go. Amen pushing the pace a little bit. Swing one more for me. Great stuff. I'm feeling it. Oh, yeah. Good pass, boy. He said good pass. And I love this. A little bit of early offense. Tim, come on now. How long ago was the last shot? You got to step the fuck up. Yeah, you better step up. All right, again, this is what a lot of their offense looks like right now. KD kind of initiating shit, looking for a short roll. They're double teaming him. So what are we doing? Because they're kind of hedging him right here, is we're going to hit the short roller. So we hit the short roller right here. Now, we're playing advantage basketball. There's a couple options here. The right option is to hit it to Jabari right here. If they don't close out on him hard, he'll hit it to Reed Sheppard because Peyton Watson has to make a decision right there. Pass the ball out there. Boom. Great shit. And, ooh, we got a little bit of a twist on this one. Is this one going in? It still does. Reed Sheppard talking his shit, man. He talking his shit. All right, let's see. What are we going to do? We got Şengün here. Oh, yeah, just pull right up into it again. Oh, damn. Damn. It's a great look, though. Again, could have gotten a step closer, right? Especially when you got good screen setters for you and you know that they're not stepping up on you. Clearly, the Nuggets are okay with Reed Sheppard beating them, which is fine, right? Like, we're going to live off that right now. And we already saw these ones. Cool. I do want to go and look at the defense. Just a little bit. I do want to go take a look at the defense for him because that's a big question, right? Reed Sheppard's defense can be a little bit not great at times. It's mostly just a size thing more so than anything else. So 12 shot attempts against him. Let's see how he looks in this. By the way, in these longer videos and everything, like, these do take a lot of time for me to do, so make sure you're showing some love and support on them, because I don't want to put together these long videos if you guys don't actually like to watch them, and if the views aren't that high, you know, that's my symbol of, okay, I should do something else. So just an FYI on those. Here we go. Long rebound. Defense is a little bit out of whack right now. Not a big deal. Okay, that doesn't really count for a Reed Sheppard defensive play. Here we go. We're up on him. I do love, like, how intense he is, like, all the way out here. Like, he will pester those people. And then this is where I get a little bit nervous, right? Because he opens the door all the time. What does that mean? Like, look at this swipe. This swipe wasn't necessary, so he swipes right there. And then he just opens up defensively like this. He's not trying to get back in front at all. He just goes for the blocks and steals. And I think this habit developed because, look, he's just small and he doesn't weigh very much. So guys chested him up so much his rookie season. He doesn't want to get back in front of people. They go straight at him and through him. And he just kind of concedes it at this point. It's really a submission. All right, here we go. That sucks. Not much you can do about that one, Reed. Not much you can do about that one. Here we go. Who's he guarding? He's guarding Bruce. He just he just lost track of his guy there in transition somehow, whatever. Okay, fair enough. Here we go. We're switching. What happened here? What happened here on this one? So a screen was set. Yeah, that sucks. This is an action we're actually seeing a lot of people run right now, especially when you have like hub offense going on. I don't really know what to call this necessarily, but it's a flare screen being set, right? So like Tim Hardaway Jr. is coming to set the screen here, and basically what's happening is if this defender if this defender doesn't get like back in front, these guys are just slipping right away, so they can cut and get this pass right here. So like that's not quite Reed Shepherd's fault. Like it's just something they have to communicate more so, but we're seeing, or I'm at least seeing, so many more teams start to run this little action now, and I don't exactly know what to call it, but it's a really interesting little wrinkle. So there you go. That's your wrinkle with AVC this week. Where did Reed Shepherd even go on this play? What happened here? So again, just kind of gambling for something that you just don't need to out there. But you know, is what it is. He does get his hands on ball like in a decent amount of situations. So right off the bat, right here, I don't love how you guarded that. I'd like for you to kind of get a little bit skinnier and try to go around that the other way, but it's whatever. Jokic gets his shot attempt off. I need you to be a little bit better screen navigator there. Here we go. You guys know my thought. I don't think you should jump at 3-pointers. I'm in the minority for that. I think you should just close out hard. I think there's more upside to one, just because not many 3-point shots get blocked. I think it's a lot easier to just kind of like close out, and then if they pump fake on you, you're still in front of them. If the ball gets shot and there's a long rebound, you can get back into the play and stuff. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thought with it. But hey, you want to go block the shot, is what it is. All right, here we go. This is interesting. A really big screen set here. And so now, okay, they're going to try to switch back. Again, just kind of gambling on shit we don't need to. It caused a bit of a knuffle for Mr. Jokic here, but I'm surprised there was no foul call there. So whatever, but okay. That's enough of Reed Shepherd for this one. Great week, shooting and everything. We love to see it. Next one for the Brooklyn Nets, Noah Clowney. As the Nets looked for any sort of scoring that they can get at this point with Cam Thomas being out and Michael Porter Jr. kind of being the guy, Noah Clowney has stepped up as a scorer. Noah Clowney's so interesting because, like, to me, he strikes me as one of those guys that wants to be a wing or a guard really bad because he doesn't do a lot of the big man things very well. You can see, like, the low rebounding numbers and everything despite playing 30-plus minutes. But I don't know. Like, I want to dive into this. This was a much better week than what he's been having up to this point in the season. 16.5 points per game, 50% from the field, almost 40% from three. Let's dive into that. This is the Nets where they actually beat the Celtics in a game, which was kind of cool. It was very much a surprising game. Michael Porter Jr. was doing a lot for them in this one. Nick Claxton, I believe, had a triple-double. Yeah, he had a triple-double in this one. Shout out Yegor, man. He took some shots. Shout out Yegor. But yeah, let's take a look at Noah Clowney and what he was doing well this week against a solid Celtics team. I feel like the Celtics are going to continue to kind of figure this shit out. Anthony Simons played a lot better this week, and that helped. So, like, right off the bat, again, this guy's supposed to be a big, and, like, look at how much he's handling the rock. If we take a look at the jumper right off the bat, steps into it. The feet look pretty solid. We jump together, we get straight up and down. There's a little bit of a twist on it, and it did end just a little bit to the right here, but overall, not the worst thing I've ever seen. He's not traditionally like an elite three-point shooter. We've had moments in Noah Clowney's career where we see some stuff, but nothing too much. Tyrese Martin, another guy that I thought about covering this week. I've always liked Tyrese Martin, and I feel like he's starting to show his shit a little bit more. This three-point shot looks a little bit wonky to me right off the bat. Notice how far back his left foot is. It's like past his ass right here. That's just, I don't know. You try to stand like that. It's not the most comfortable position I've ever seen. We jump somewhat together here, and we're just a little bit off as well. I think if we could get the feet sorted out a little bit on this one, it probably looks a little bit better. All right, here we go. They're really trying to trap here because, again, the Nets don't have, like, primary ball handlers on their team right now, despite them only drafting primary ball handlers on their team. Just let that sink in for a little bit. But moving the ball over right here, we're going to get an open look. We're just going to step back and take it. That one's off a little bit too. Wow, we must really get hot in this game then. Here we go. Let's go. Give him the ball. See, he wants this basketball more. We're pulling through. No left hand. That always bothers me a little bit, but hey, fair enough, man. More and more kids are doing this shit. Here we go. Here we go, stepping right into it. Baylor Shireman is not buying it whatsoever. We're chesting him up and almost lose our footing, but we play off of 2 feet. Very good, very balanced, good stuff, Noah Clowney. So what are we calling Noah Clowney is my question, right? Like, I don't like players, and I'm not saying I don't like him as a person. I don't like when I don't know, like, what position you play and, like, what I'm supposed to do with you. Because, like, he's big, right? Like, he's more of a big. He clearly wants to play more of a forward role, but I'm not sure if he's good enough to necessarily do that. I don't know. That's kind of my question for you guys. What do you think of, like, Noah Clowney? Like, what do you see his role being, like, on a team? Here we go, pushing the ball out. Like, again, we're showing some forward, like, skills here, which is great. I guess I don't know if I buy the 3-point shot though, so that's my question. Like, it's a little bit inconsistent right here. That one, again, this foot's kind of dragging back a little bit, which means he's just naturally gonna spin a little bit on his jumper. That one, he stays pretty just straight up and down, and it just goes in and out, which is whatever. Shout out Deron Sharp, man. I love Deron Sharp. Somebody trade for my boy. Here we go. We're trying to create something. Yegor, let's do it. Swing that ball around. Just a little bit off again. Here we go. Josh Minot, he's been fun. Like, Yegor, man, like, as goofy as he's looked at points this year, like, fundamentally, dude's pretty sound. I got to give it to him. He doesn't tend to be in the wrong place very often, which is really nice for a rookie. So I love it. Shout out Yegor. Go get that basketball for me. Nice pass. We go through. Good stuff. Good finish. Way to actually use the left hand. Thank you very much. All right, what do we got here? Fell asleep, Jordan Walsh, didn't we? What happened? I'm guessing they talked about this, and this is supposed to be a switch, but Jordan Walsh, he looks like he maybe got held a little bit as well. Nice dunk, by the way. Good shit. Hey, that low-key could have been an and one, but fair enough. Interesting. Shout out Nick Claxton rolling the right way. Completely missed Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. was like, ball. This is why you spin the correct way, right? So you can see the ball right away because they tried to trap right here. If you spun the other way, you might miss that. There could be a turnover. Now you're coordinated enough to catch the basketball. Ooh, he looked the other way. Whenever you catch a pass from somebody, watch where they go afterwards. I know not many people know how to move without the basketball nowadays, but you missed it. And a little bit of a spin on that jumper as well, so something we got to watch with him for sure. Interesting. This is why I kind of wanted to dive into Clowney, because, like, I just don't know what to make of this. Like, I just don't know. Like, what do I want him to do? Like, we're kind of just floating out towards the 3-point line every time, and, like, we're taking these shots. I don't know how consistent, like, I really buy that it's gonna be. I mean, obviously for this year it hasn't been great overall, but I mean, he also plays for the Nets, right? So I don't know, but I don't know. Leave me your thoughts on Noah Clowney. Where do you think that this guy's going? Great week for him overall. He was definitely getting buckets and shit, but I don't know. I don't know where I see him going now. But now, Peyton Watson, as the Nuggets need people to step up with Aaron Gordon going down again. Christian Brown is down. Peyton Watson stepping up. On the year, he's been pretty efficient. Not like the greatest volume of 3-point shooting, but overall, doing pretty well. We always know him to be a defensive player and a good athlete, right? Taking a look at Peyton Watson this year so far, the 3-point shot, noticeably different, right? How are we looking in terms of just like a heat map and stuff for Peyton? Most of it's still at the rim. We're getting just some corner threes right now. That's kind of where things are falling from right now, which is interesting to see. Still, most of his offense is assisted by other people. He's not creating his own looks, but regardless, he's hitting some shots now. Ooh, they tried the Zeke Naji experiment for a little bit, didn't they? They tried again to be like, maybe he's that dude. But yeah, let's dive into Peyton Watson and kind of see what's going on here. Alrighty, cutting through the hoop, playing against the Pelicans. Not a great defensive group overall, mostly because they don't have a great defensive center option right now, and their guards are a little bit weak at that position. Trey and Herb, like, I believe in them. Zion still kind of looks a step slow, although he's like in shape. Kind of interesting. All right, Peyton coming up the court. What do we got here? Herb is just sagging off him because he's like, yeah, you can shoot all you want, dude. Here we go, Jokic, catch it back out. People are not going to contest him right now, right? It's just not what it is. Brings the ball pretty low here. Also brings the ball kind of to the other shooting pocket. This foot is up before the other one, so I don't love how this shot form looks. He does jump together and gets it off and it goes through. Did not love how that shot wound up, though. And again, historically not a great shooter. So, you know, all right, we're just taking another shot, is what it is. We didn't really get to see that one, whatever. All right, we're running some offense. Again, nobody gives a fuck about Peyton Watson. We're jumping into this again, this foot a little bit back. The feet look pretty good overall. We jumped together pretty well on that one, just short. And you know why it was short? Because that foot was hanging back a little bit. That pulls you back. Gotta get them kind of just like within the shoulders. Keep them within the shoulders. All right, we move on. Here we go. We're cutting. That's a great little pass right there. Zeke Naji. Nobody gives a fuck about Zeke Naji, unfortunately. Get your shot off, dude. Nothing. Let me fight for this rebound. Look what I got. Go up and through. Just out of control with that one. Remember what we talked about with Duran earlier in the video, right? How he just goes right up and in with it. Like, he's falling away now and everything. Just stay straight up. You got to just stay straight up with it. Like, try to draw the foul if you're going to do anything. Here we go, right here. We're just going to take the shot. Trey Murphy does not give a fuck, and it's short. For that one. Here we go. What do we got now? All right, we're trying to create something. We're running in transition. Pass that ball up the court. Thank you. Now we're attacking. Kevon Looney's not going to contest us. That's where Peyton Watson can thrive, is in transition. And again, we're watching this film not because, like, because I'll be honest, like, I've seen these clips already, right? Like, I tend to watch quite a bit of Nuggets basketball, because why wouldn't you? When I watch Watson play, there's not anything this last week that, like, stood out a ton, and I think it's important to give context to things, right? Because you could just look at these numbers right here and be like, oh, AVC, Peyton Watson, like, becoming that dude, right? It's like, well, they're not guarding him, right? They're just not guarding him because they have to worry about Jokic and Jamal Murray, right? And other guys, but he's taking advantage of his opportunity. So it's just good to kind of have that context for things. Fears almost got that shit. Look at here. Boom. That's the big time athlete that we love. Love it. Here we go. Cam Johnson's starting to get a little bit better this week. Again, they're just going to leave him, man. They're going to leave him. And that one goes through. Well, that's one where the Pelicans are going to go, we're going to live that. Again, not guarding him. And he's going to get to put it up again, up and through again. I'm just giving context, right? We're just giving context. Here we go. Give me this. Let me jam it. And you get to be the benefactor of playing with just potentially one of the best passers we've ever seen. Here we go. You got to let somebody beat you, right? And I don't even blame Derek Queen for not stepping up. I don't blame Herb Jones for this. I'm playing the odds with it. This is a good one where we can really see the shot form, though. Look at where the ball is right now. It's kind of an interesting hold on the ball. You'd like to see the ball start by the pocket, work its way up past the right shoulder, right eye, and kind of up and through. It looks pretty good just like right there and just a little bit off, almost too open for it, right? But overall, I don't know. It's not a great form in motion, but here we go. We go in attack. Great stuff. I don't really need to see too much more of this. Let's just watch one more Peyton Watson one. All right, here we go. Is this actually like a clip of his? Are we seeing any offense? Nope, not necessarily. What do we got here? Zeke Naji cutting through, and they're all going to watch. That's a great cut. Why did we get to cut here, boys and girls? Because we saw the back of our defender's head, so he filled the space. Great stuff. Go up and in. See, I actually like how he attacked Derek Queen on this one. Derek Queen's not going to block your shot or anything, so just go up and into him. Great stuff for Peyton Watson. Those are kind of our sleepers of the week. Just 3 guys that were kind of hooping this week that I want to bring attention to, but question marks with each of them that I still have, right? Question marks. Can we be like more of an involved playmaker, right, at some point? Because then your value really increases. Noah Clowney, what is your role? Peyton Watson. Like, it's great that you can hit the open ones because you're going to continue to get those playing with Jokic, right? But where do we kind of go from there, right, in terms of evolution? All the questions that I have. But all right, now let's move on to some players that had some off nights this week. Alrighty, the off nights. So, as always, the qualifiers, you got to play at least 20 minutes per game, less than 18 points a game. That's how you qualify to be on this. I got 3 dudes to break down pretty quickly. The point of this section isn't to just say, like, hey, these guys suck or whatever. It's, okay, let's take a look. Is this actually a problem that we're seeing, or did we just miss some shots this week, right? Because you miss shots sometimes. It is how it is. Your boy played in the championship game of his, like, semi-pro, like, league this weekend. It's not, like, an actual, like, semi-pro. It's like you have to have played like a certain level basically to like be in this kind of like league or whatever, and then you just like pay to play in it on the weekends or whatever. Played in the championship game, your boy was ass. Hit his first shot in the game, and then he missed his next like 8 or 9. It was just bad. I didn't even play like in the final minutes, and typically I'm one of the leading scorers, and it's just I was playing like ass. So it happens, right? It happens. First one from my own Chicago Bulls, Lil Boozy Vert, Hamadas Buzelis right here. Not the most efficient this week. So I've got a game pulled up against the Wizards. So this game was probably closer than what it should have been. 4 for 11 this one, 1 for 6 from 3. Sometimes Bulls fans get on me a little bit because they're like, you should be more excited about Modus. And I'll be honest, like he's fun and everything, right? With the dunks, and I love his energy and like his personality. All that shit seems great or whatever, right? I just like, there's so much rawness to his game that I just don't feel like he has a great grasp on yet, and I feel like there's so much we need to grow in before it becomes like a real useful player right now. But people get excited because they see a white guy run up and down the court and dunk the basketball, right? And they're like, whoa, and it's like, I don't know, man, I played around shit like that growing up, so it's not that crazy to me. But anyway, let's talk about it and see what's kind of going on with Modus. We're getting some good off-ball movement, come back in, we got a smaller guy on us, good patience, way to go straight up and in, Modus. Good shit. That's what we're talking about. You don't want to succumb to the pressure of people and kind of fall away. Here we go. You got Corey Kispert on you, who is not an elite defensive player by any means. Let's check this rip through right here. How did it look? Again, kind of using that back foot to go forward. What I'd like to see you do on this catch is just rip through with this left right here. It's quicker. Just catch and rip through with your left. Like, you got to work on that balance type shit. And right there, tough shot, man. Tough shot. You felt the foul. You got it in. Good shit, Modus. Here we go. We're attacking here. That one. Let's kind of see what went wrong here. You didn't get quite past Sar like you thought to. This early in a shot clock, I just don't know if it makes a ton of sense. And like, look, he can go up and finish over people. He's a big athletic dude, right? I'm not sure if it makes sense when you're not past him yet. Like, you kind of decided you were driving too early here. And this is what we see young players doing, right? And he is young, right? So there's a ton of time to develop. I hope that's very clear. He decided he was driving before he had even beat someone, right? And you're going up against one of the best shot blockers in the NBA, and Alex Sar, who's also a very good athlete. So I don't know. I just don't think you were able to create the advantage that maybe you thought you were off of that. All right. Actually, a decent closeout from Modus right here. Good shit. Ooh, that's no foul. Ooh, they would have called that on Curry. I'm with you, CJ. We're running. Josh Giddey's looking. Good shit. All right. Oh, was that a bad pass? Like, why was he jumping like away from the rim? Honestly, I think the pass was great. I don't know why he was over here exactly. Okay, I don't really know what to do with that. I actually think that was a good pass. Great catch right there. We talked about that. Go up and get that basketball. Pass it out. Great stuff. Giddey, see how Giddey ripped through right here? Look at this. And Giddey's like a master of, like, he's not the most athletic guy, but he does all his movements correct, right? See how he just actually ripped through right here? Just power rip through. Go. All the way. Great pass. Great spin. Jump. That's awesome. See, that's awesome right there. Good stuff, Modus. Good stuff. Love to see it. Trey Jones, he been creating Reese space. This is awesome. See how he made that pass and immediately kicked back out? He just keeps on moving, and they are not that worried about him from 3 right here. But let's take a look at the shooting form, right? Pretty balanced. Feet look pretty good right there. He could sit in a chair. That's awesome. Kind of interesting how he jumped right there, isn't it? Like, kind of just sprung himself like from a sitting position. I don't know. It looked a little bit weird right there, but feet come together and we're just short on it. I can live with short, man. I just can't do right and left. Here we go. Giddey having to take somewhat of a tough shot. Not the greatest look in the world. I'd like to see it kind of play off too with that one a little bit more. Vooch smacks it back out. Kobe, we're going. We got an advantage. I don't know why that was a Modest look right there. Here we go. We're getting right into the three-point shot. And again, not quite catching it the most balanced. Like, his foot had to go back and everything. We just kind of want to see you land on 2 feet and go up with that, right? The feet don't come together on that one either, and that one is long. So not the worst shot again. But there's some things that I'd work on with the form. And that's not uncommon, especially for big, lengthy dudes like this. It takes a while to get your feet under. You're still growing into your body and shit like that. So again, I'm not trying to be harsh about it. It's just we're pointing out what could be better. Giddey creating early looks right here is awesome. I'd probably love Vooch just shooting that shit for how he's been playing this season, but makes the right pass. Honestly, can make one more. Even the playmaker in me sees Giddey and should going to try to feed him through there, but that's going to be a really tough pass to make. The ball's a little bit to the left of where I want it to be, but he goes straight up and down. How do his feet look? Jumps together for that one. That one's a little bit off to the left. How did he land? And that probably has a lot to do with what we were saying at the beginning of it, where the ball did kind of come across the left side of his body just a little bit more when it was going up. So, not the biggest deal, but something to watch for. Here we go, Giddy creating. Ooh, that's kind of what we talked about as well with Alex Sarr, right? With guys like this, I get we want to go back and finish over on the right, but probably just hold them off with your body and go finish on the left right there. That's probably the right way to go about it, because otherwise Sarr's going to get a hand on that shit. Here we go. Looking at the form, it's like his torso's not matching his bottom half. Right here, you see this? See how you can kind of see the front, his chest is facing towards the rim, but his lower half is the correct direction right here. Kind of odd right there, and that's why that ball went to the right just a little bit. The reason that we have you at that 45-degree angle is because the ball can naturally follow that right pocket, right shoulder, right eye, kind of straight up and down, and then you jump together to ensure that you go straight up and down. So something to keep in mind with him there. All right, we move on. We're not getting a ton of his normal, cutting action here. They're okay with him giving up that 3 right there. That one falls. Good shit, Modest. And we've seen it for that one. So, in this game, took a few too many 3s, though. The Wizards were willing to give it up, right? Because you're trying to stop a Kobe White. You're trying to... Desumu's been hot. Giddy's obviously there, and Vooch is that guy this season. So, some stuff to watch with him in terms of the shooting, right? Because when you look at it, his season stats, it is much improved this year, and we're kind of looking at, at least a league average shooter right now, but... Gonna have to see a little bit more there, and I'd like to see a little bit more creation from him at some point. But he's playing with a lot of guards, so it's hard. Next one. Paul George, PG-13. I felt bad putting him on here because, look, the dude just got back this week. You'll notice the week stats and the yearly stats are the same. Not the most efficient right now, but I think it's worth identifying, hey, this is a guy still getting his feet under him, right? I feel like this is a good example of that to kind of give context to things. Because people are like, oh, Paul George, he's ass, man. Look at this AVC. This fucking sucks. I'm a Sixers fan, and I'm mad, and I don't have a Philly cheesesteak right now. Oh, no. But... I think it's kind of good to see someone that's working through some injuries and stuff like that, trying to get their feet under him, what it kind of looks like so you can identify it. Just coming off some basic action here, getting into our 3-point shot. I love the pace at which Paul George plays. Everything looks really smooth. We're just a bit off because we twisted a little bit on that shot, right? You saw the lower half kind of twist right there. Notice how his feet are in the right direction, and then he twists his body just a bit. So that's why the ball ultimately went to the left. Great rebound by Drummond. That's why you grab it with 2 hands like a man. Oh, we get another shot attempt. 2 for $1, goes straight up and in. This is one where PG did not get up as much as he thought to, or he thought he was going to on this one. He takes contact the right way. Khalil Ware's doing the right thing, just staying straight up and down with it, and unfortunately just can't quite finish through. Go back up. Damn, he got 3 shots just in that possession right there. Way to fight, PG. Here we go. Let's see. We know Paul George, one of the better ball handlers in the NBA, right? So let's see what we're working with. Here we go. We're stepping back into it. Honestly, that all looks smooth. That looks fine. Not a ton of explosiveness, but he's straight up and down. The form looks pretty good. It's just short. I can live with that. We'll get our legs under us at some point. Here we go. We want an ISO right here because we got a smaller dude that we can take advantage of. I wish we could have gotten a step closer in this. He hits the shot and that's an incredible look. But I would have liked to have seen him get just a little bit closer on this one. Let's see what happens here. Now he's got Drew Smith on him, an even smaller guy. We don't have much time to work with. Drew Smith's keeping his hands down. He must be in foul trouble or something. So he spins through, gets in, float through. Awesome. Oh, and he caught Drew Smith. Here we go. Just took a long shot right there. He must have just hit the other ones. He was trying to see if he could feel himself a little bit there, but is what it is. Jared McCain. Shout out Jared McCain back on the court. Very happy to see that as well. Coming over the top right here, getting to his spot. Doesn't look like he was completely comfortable here. You'll notice the right foot slipped actually a little bit going up, and that's why it kind of tucked in a weird way. But because he's a very strong guy, right, a little bit more mature, he's able to keep the upper half really strong and sturdy throughout it all. So able to make it on that one. Able to make it. Here we go. PG creating. Tough look. Very tough look. Does he actually get fouled there? Do they impede on his landing zone? I don't necessarily think so. Had to take a tough shot. It is what it is. He drew a double team, so he kind of did his part. All right, we're playing, we're hooping, we're hooping. Don't necessarily love that look, but it's just long, so it's not a bad miss by any means. What else do we got? What else do we got? Obviously, if we're not hitting shots at a certain point this year, that could be a bad look, but for Paul George and what I know about him, I'm not tripping about it right now. And like I'm cool with him taking this shot as well. They didn't step up on him right away. He's short on it. The shot's not off. It's just long and short, which I can deal with. So again, kind of just interesting to take a look at a guy getting his feet back under him, not seeing any crazy explosiveness. He's just getting shots up right now. He's all right, let me get some shots up. Let me get comfortable, see where we're at. The last guy I'm going to bring up this week is Andrew Wiggins, who I'll be honest, like I didn't catch a ton of Heat basketball in this last week, and so I kind of wanted to dive into that more, so I just planned on doing that anyway. And I was like, oh, Wiggins didn't have like the greatest week here. It just a little bit inefficient overall compared to his normal standards. It's just being like one of the just pure starters in the NBA. So I figure, hey, let's take a look at Andrew Wiggins, a game against the Knicks where there's a lot of good kind of wing defenders and everything, and just see what's going on, because we know that he can do a bunch of different things on the basketball court, and I want to see like what in particular is happening here. Are we still like using him in a bunch of diverse ways and it's just not falling right now? Is there something particular he's settling for? Let's see. We're crossing, we're attacking, we take contact very well, left it short. Andrew Wiggins is going to make that more often than not. He's going to make that more often than not. By the way, Miami Heat Vice jerseys, that's the shit right there. That's the shit right there. We're attacking. See how he goes straight into people like this? Like, I'm amazed that there's not a foul in there somewhere. Like, they call that a jump? Fair enough. Okay, like to me that looks like a foul, but whatever. Cool beans. It is what it is. But I like that he just attacks people. He uses athleticism in a advantageous way. We're running. Move the basketball up. Go through. Be patient. That's good shit by Wiggins. Again, just very smooth vet at this point. He can create for himself a little bit too. We got a pump fake here. Is he really going to shoot this? He is. Okay, fair enough. Just in and out. Not sure why he had to take that shot attempt, but it's in and out. Not a bad miss. Here we go. We're attacking. Notice how he also points his feet where he wants to go. As soon as he gets around, this foot is already pointing where he wants to go, right? He's, I'm getting to the fucking rim, and it looks like he's going to play off of 2 feet here, which is great. He gets tripped up a little bit, could potentially be a travel. No foul there either, huh? He's taking a lot of contact and not getting a whistle. So, again, could have easily been more free throw attempts. Crossover. Damn, okay, again. Oh, boy. You end up in this position on the ground. Not good. Not where you want to be. Not where you want to be, good sir. Really? Did he get all ball on that? Looks like he did. Oh, and he crumbled. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, that's how you end up in the off nights of the week, kids. When you end up in the seated position like that, that's unfortunate. All right. Jumper looks solid there for the most part. Let's kind of see what went wrong. Lower half looks pretty good. The ball is over on the right-hand side, or on the left-hand side a little bit. We want it on the right-hand side. So that's a bit of the problem on that one. Overall, I trust Wiggins to be a consistent enough three-point shooter at this point. Again, we're seeing him create a little bit more, just take contact pretty well. Left it short, man. He left it short, and he was getting bodied the whole time. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Again, these aren't like bad misses by any means. It's just Wiggins out there doing his thing. Here we go. We're going to see anything there? Nope. We're just taking that shot a bit too early. I don't love that shot attempt. We move on. So we've seen maybe a couple questionable three-pointers in this one. So maybe settling a bit because we're not getting to the rim and having a ton of success against this team. Ripping here. Get to a pretty solid spot. Again, like it's not a bad look. Just a little bit off. Just a little bit long, a little bit short. So, again, nothing I'm tripping about. All right, we're attacking that gap. Ooh, even better. That's a tough move. See, that's a crazy move. I by the way, I've seen the rumors about the Lakers are monitoring him and everything. Who aren't the Lakers monitoring? I feel like there's just like a quota of trade rumors that Lakers fans need to get every week so that they don't like combust, basically. Maybe you'll get Andrew Wiggins at some point. I don't know, but I just find it entertaining. Here we go. Let's move the ball up the court, please. Thank you. What are we doing? Are we attacking? I say we do. Right into a step back. Again, probably could have just attacked on this one. No? I think we could have, because we got the screen here. I guess they kind of did just close it off here more so than anything else, but then just like swing it over there. So, I don't know. Probably could have been a little bit better decision on that one. So, maybe a couple errant threes from Wiggins this week. We tighten that up a little bit, get a little bit more aggressive, right? That's a great play. Hey, good shit. Good shit. Great pass by Fontecchio. But otherwise, like, I'm not tripping too much about this. He's got to get a shot up right there, just a little bit off. I've seen enough, man. Like, it's fine. I'm not tripping about Andrew Wiggins. A little bit of an off week whatsoever. Settling for a few too many threes. I'd like to believe he'll be consistent again next week. So that's my thoughts. Those are the off nights of the week. Let's go start to wrap this video up with some thoughts around the league. Before we get into all of the standings, just a quick reminder, tomorrow you guys will get another installment of the Rookie Report, Week 5. It's where we'll dive into all of the rookies film and everything. So I know that that's a pretty popular one for you guys. So as always, just a quick reminder, that video will be coming out tomorrow at the time you guys are seeing this. But yeah, let's take a look at the standings. I've got this live updating little standings board that I put together. I just like to give a quick thought on kind of all the teams around the NBA to kind of give everybody their little chance to shine here at the end. It's kind of our little weekly recap. The Pistons, 12-game winning streak. Insane. We already talked about Dern in this one. Dennis Jenkins has been awesome. I love watching Javonte Green. He's one of my favorites in the NBA. And Jaden Ivey's back. Let's see what we got going on now with Jaden Ivey coming back. A lot of things clicking for the Pistons right now. Really enjoying it. The Toronto Raptors continue to win basketball games as well. Now, their schedule has been pretty easy so far this season, but we're seeing so many unique things from them defensively that I continue to really enjoy. It does seem pretty clear now, and by the way, if you're not on the Discord already, go join one, or go join the Discord. Link is down in the description already. Saw a couple Raptors fans being like, hey, it's time to go get a big man, right? And I've seen that on just like Raptors Twitter and stuff too. Pirtle was out, was it last night, I believe, and they had to start Mamu at center. They need somebody that can get some fucking rebounds on this team. So this might be an early trade watch to be like, hey, we took advantage maybe the easier schedule as we play against some of these better teams and some of these better bigs in the West later in the season. We got to find someone that can get some fucking rebounds on this team. So watch for them as someone that could get some trades moving. The Cavs continue to just kind of do their shit right. Again, Jalen Tyson, kind of a sleeper player right now. Donovan Mitchell has just been absolutely stellar this season. It's a lot of fun to watch. Darius Garland's still kind of getting his feet under him right now, so we'll see where they end up. The Miami Heat, getting hot right now. Again, they're just kind of free-flowing offense. Norm Powell's cooking. Tyler Hero's about to come back. So now all of a sudden you're adding another big-time scorer to this. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what happens. And like, Hero doesn't strike me as the free-flowing type of player necessarily, so I'm curious to see how he fits with things. The Atlanta Hawks, for a team that lost a guy that's one of the best like playmakers in the NBA, their playmaking has gotten like infinitely better all around. Like both like all Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Vit even a little bit. They're just all like, all right, we're just all gonna get like 8 assists every single game. Like their assist numbers and ball movement has been pretty nuts right now. So shout out those guys holding down the fort while Trey's been out. And then the Knicks overall just hanging steady right now. It feels like they don't ever quite get a consistent game from their whole starting lineup right now, but I'll be kind of curious to see where things are as the season goes on. No real like definable like game plan or strategy to them so far this season either. Like I haven't seen like a true Mike Brown effect on them yet that I want to see. My Chicago Bulls continue to just be mediocre, winning some close games. They did beat the Nuggets this last week, which was cool, I guess. Kobe White is back and he is getting buckets to them. You're seeing Giddey already kind of revert to being more so not as aggressive, which, you know, that's probably more so his role than anything else. But Kobe White back getting buckets for the Bulls. Looking at the Sixers, how do they start to integrate Paul George coming in? At some point, Joel Embiid comes back. VJ Edgecombe struggling a little bit again still, right? But it's a rookie, right? Well, the fact that you had to rely on him so much early maybe says something. I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers kind of stay down here. The Magic, while their three-point shooting is like improving game to game, a lot of questions are being asked right now as Paolo's been injured and Franz has put together some really awesome games where now all of a sugden his usage is up a ton, which is something I've been calling for last season. I've been calling for it more this season. They just look better when Franz is doing his shit. And by the way, Suggs, like really just underrated season he's having right now in terms of like some pseudo playmaking. The three-point shot is falling early and all of that. But the Magic, like, still got to shape out some things on the offense, right? But in the last 10 games, we're 7-3. So going in the right direction overall, going in the right direction. The Celtics, again, like if we could just get a little bit of consistent bench play for them, if you just knew it, like Anthony Simons was going to get buckets every single night. Sometimes Minot's good, sometimes he's not. Sometimes Walsh is good, sometimes he's not. If you could just get one like other bench player kind of going, it feels like this team could get it going in the right direction. I know White's still a little bit off right now, but I feel like it's going to fall at some point. The Bucks struggling without Giannis at points, right? Which that's what's going to happen with this team if they don't have Giannis at points. So not much else to say there. The Hornets, it's the Con Knipple show. Just show up for that if nothing else. The Brooklyn Nets, they beat the Celtics this last week, which that was a really fun game and a cup game. Really enjoyed watching that. Michael Porter Jr. continues to surprise me. We talked about Noah Clowney already, and the fact that like none of their rookies really get like a ton of burn out. Like I know Yegor gets like some and stuff, but I continue to just be a litlittle bit bummed about that. The Pacers just can't get it going, man. They just can't get it going. Like, they're three dudes in Mathurin, Nemhard, and Siakam. They're trying their best out there, man, but there's not much else going on outside of that. And the Wizards, I'm kind of done watching them now. Like, it was kind of fun at the beginning of the season. Now I'm kind of bored with it. So they're just not very good this year. That's okay. They got a lot of young guys. The Thunder, it's not fair, and I don't want to talk about them anymore, and they're going to get 2 top 10 picks again, so fuck them. The Lakers continue to just roll. LeBron is back now. He's getting his feet under him as well. Honestly, if you watch like Paul George and LeBron highlights, they look a little bit similar right now. Just 2 older guys getting their feet back under them. Not a big deal. Curious to see how it all looks later in the year. Shout out the Nuggets, man. They look just really smooth, and like they don't even have Cam Johnson playing well right now, but now Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown injured. Ooh, that's a lot to overcome. It's a lot to overcome. The Rockets, again, we talked about their offense and how smooth it's starting to look. If Reed Shepard's going to be shooting like that from 3, oh boy, you could have some things, because come playoff time, they're not going to guard him as much. They're just not, right? Like, you're going to be watching KD, Amen Thompson, and Şengün. So, Reed, you got your chance now. The Spurs trying to stay afloat without Wembanyama, Castle, and Dylan Harper, but De'Aaron Fox trying his best to do so. They did just lose to the Suns. The Suns taking advantage and winning some games right now, man. It's Booker, it's Brooks, and then they just hope that all their big men kind of get some rebounds, right? That's pretty much the game plan right now. Shout out Colin Gillespie, by the way. He's been playing pretty solid for them as kind of an actual point guard option. Same with Jordan Goodwin. I love Jordan Goodwin, man. I really like watching him play. Kind of a weird off-ball kind of a guard that likes to play big and go get a shit ton of rebounds. Shout out to him. Timberwolves. Meh is how I'd say it. I still just don't like watching this team play basketball right now. I don't know, like the lack of ball handling really shows in like every single game, and like the talent they have wins them basketball games. But I just have more concerns about this team right now, and I don't know how they fix it via trades either. I really just don't. So I'll be curious to see where they go with things. Taking a look at the Warriors, it feels like Curry's either getting like 40 points in a night or like 12 right now. And you know what? That's going to happen. You're going to have some inconsistent streaks with things, but some of the older guys on the team really looking old right now, like an Al Horford and shit like that. So I don't know, feels like another trade coming at some point. Like, we're all just kind of waiting for the Kuminga thing to happen so that maybe we can get 1 or 2 other like good rotation players around this group. It just feels necessary because Kuminga still looks really out of place. Portland maybe coming back down to earth a little bit, 3-7 in their last 10. They have had some injuries, so that's something to watch out for with them, but Denny can't carry them every single night, and that's kind of what you're seeing there more so than anything else. The Grizzlies, Ja Morant has been out, and they've been actually winning some basketball games. Ja Morant had that little spitting match with Klay Thompson, and we saw an announcer give one of the worst takes I've seen in a while, where he was like, "Klay Thompson, you're not an enforcer, you better shut up, dude," or whatever the fuck he said. Just dumbass take, dog. You like, I don't ever say this, but like, motherfucker don't know ball. You just don't know ball. You better shut up about Klay Thompson. But yeah, the Grizzlies, not a team I feel like many people can root for right now, just because Ja's a bit annoying, right? And the game they're playing is a little bit gross right now. It seems a little disjointed. We'll try to give the coach like a little bit of slack, just because it seems like dealing with some shit in like Morant and stuff like that, and who knows who's truly at fault with things, but I tend to believe it's him for maybe not growing up, right? But whatever, that's the Grizzlies. The Jazz, their first 5, when you look at the numbers, actually pretty good. So if you're looking at just like George's numbers are a little bit off always just because the defense is so bad. But when you look at George, Svi Mykhailiuk, Ace Bailey, Markkanen, and then like Nurkic right now, like that 5 is actually pretty competitive. And then you go to the bench and it like all falls apart as soon as you go to some of those guys. So is what it is. You don't expect the Jazz to be very good, but they're well coached, so it's going to go somewhere. Clippers, it's just sad. Chris Paul's retiring. It's probably time. It's probably time, right? But it's man. Do we hope Chris Paul gets traded? Can we trade him to the Rockets? Ooh. Can we trade Chris Paul to the Rockets somehow? Ooh. AVC supports that. AVC supports that. Let's give him a chance to win a chip, right? Let's give him a little fucking chance. Or like, who else could use him? Maybe like shoot him to Toronto? No, Cleveland? Shoot him to Cleveland too or something like that. I don't know. Somebody that has a chance at winning. No, the Nuggets. The Nuggets need another guard. Let's get Chris Paul to Denver. That's what I want to see. Or just shoot him to OKC so he can get a ring. I'm cool with that as well. Talk about the Dallas Mavericks. The D'Angelo Russell nonsense is still going on. Cooper Flagg, though. Cooper Flagg heading in the right direction, so shout out Cooper Flagg. I don't really want to talk about Dallas much else right now. A lot of 80 trade rumors, so we'll see what happens there. They say they want to compete, but we all know that words don't always mean much in professional sports. The Sacramento Kings, it's bad. It's bad. They're saying they'll trade anyone not named Keegan Murray and Nick Clifford. I'm like, wow, what a core you got there. Nothing against those two. I'm like, oh boy, is it rough for the Kings right now. And then the Pelicans. Yep. All right, that was last week in the film room, everybody. Thank you guys for sitting down with me for like an hour and a half. Just listen to me ramble about basketball. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Leave me your feedback on these videos. Like I said, it does take a lot of time out of my busy day to make these. And if we're not really vibing with them all that much, I'll put out something else. Maybe you guys will like more. But as always, thank you very much. Let's move on to the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all. Comment of the video is coming from our LaMelo Ball potential trade ideas video. Always love doing these. These are a lot of fun and they tend to perform pretty well. So very good. The comment of the video comes from Land here, who is a frequent commenter on the channel. I tend to like his comments a lot. They're well thought through. Orlando makes the most sense to me for like LaMelo Ball trading. I tend to agree with that. Although watching LaMelo being coached by Udoka would have some sort of appeal as a Jason Statham film. Though I'm still hoping that's where Ja goes. That'd be an interesting one to see Ja in Houston as well. And then just a quick shout out to Billy. Fuck you, Billy. But yeah, as always, thank you guys very much for watching and for the great basketball conversations. If you want to have more of them, go join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Yeah, please show some love and support for these videos. Rookie report tomorrow, an NBA progress report on Thursday. A lot of great stuff coming as always, and thank you guys very much for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye.